I wanted to take a minute, and I'm going to use this under the Fair Use Act. I was notified earlier today that I had another fan, another huge prophetic fan, and that would be Troy Black. And I knew about him, but I really could not stomach watching his videos, and I really couldn't even stomach watching them just to check and see if he was in fact stealing prophecy from me, or at least attempting to steal prophecy. Realize I have to do my prophecies in a manner because these ones have been stealing prophecy for me from the very beginning, far back, and they began stealing prophecy from me because before the pandemic happened, I contacted as many prophetic ministries as I could and told them what was coming, and they all told me that is not what God was showing them. But when they saw the events unfolding just as I said they would, then they all began trying to follow me and spin the prophecies that I was giving because they knew that I was correct in what I had revealed to them in the beginning. So many of these ones, these big names especially, they had scoffed. I contacted them before any of this, and they all scoffed at me. Just to name a couple that are big names: Perry Stone, Tom Horn, the Sid Roth channel, Paul Bagley, and numerous other ones. Kim Clements, I contacted his ministry and told them, the Mark, I can't think of his name, the other one that's garnered a lot of attention for making Trump prophecy. His name is Mark something. I contacted all of those people, and they all literally scoffed at me and told me, no, Trump's going to be reelected. We're about to have even more peace and prosperity than before. So realize this, that all of these, even the biggest names, scoffed at me. And then after they saw that I was accurate in what I was telling them, they began to steal and spin the prophecies that I was given because they knew I was correct and that the Lord was speaking to me. But I didn't really know that Troy Black was stealing my prophecies, but somebody contacted me, but realized that I changed the way that I do them. The way that I do them still allows me to give reverence to the Lord, that allows me to show people that prophecy is real, that the Lord does speak to people. But it also leaves the false prophets in a state of confusion because they can't really follow what I'm trying to say. All they can do is steal the words. Understand that. They steal words that I am using in my prophecies. And that is spoken against in Jeremiah 23, verse 30, that God is against the prophets that steal the words of another. Very specifically in the Bible, this is warned against. So this is a video of Troy Black from September the 7th. And what he did in this video, I won't burden you with his videos because they're really disgusting. This guy, I don't even know what to say about him, but I don't even know how he's got the followers that he does. He has, I think, over 300,000 followers. Why? I don't know. I guess they're promoting him because he's really leading people astray and destroying the faith and teaching false doctrines. But see, he was talking about the ark, and what he did was a whole series about the ark on everything that I had taught. He taught anything and everything you could imagine about an ark in the scripture. He spoke on it in this video, and the reason being, if you recall, realize this was September the 6th, his prophetic word. Remember what I had began August the 17th, teaching all the teachings that I did about the ark. But remember, this was about the bow, the bow, and the rainbow also. That's very important to remember as well. So that's one that he stole. But I want you to remind you of this video too. This was about the rainbow too. Remember that. About a rainbow and about music songs. I was teaching the relationship between a rainbow and a music song. And that video where it shows on November the 16th. I apologize for my phone. I still hadn't had time to get another one. But that was November the 16th. But my rainbow prophecies, for those of you who follow me, have been following me, dates later back, goes further back, because if you remember, that's when I began teaching about the rainbows, the bow, the rainbow, the seal, the covenant, and all that I taught about it. But I just wanted to point this one out because it was talking about a song and the rainbow sign that was in that song, if you recall. So look at what he did. Just happened to do 4 days after mine. He did a Christmas prophecy. And let's listen. I'm just going to play a brief part of that. But he talked about a song. I think he talked about a Steve Miller song. He brought up a Steve Miller song, old Steve Miller song, for those of you old enough to remember, the Fly Like an Eagle song. But this is what he did that compares to mine. And realize, again, they all got it wrong. They all could not prophesy what I did beforehand. They only had to come in after the fact, because I have to do my videos, my prophecies, in a certain manner. So note, this was 4 days after mine.
That's the song. I started to hear that, and then I saw a vision of a rainbow flag, like hanging, and then I heard...
There's your rainbow. So notice at the beginning too, he mentions a song.
That's the song. I started to hear that, and then I saw a vision of a rainbow flag, like hanging.
November the 20th.
And then I heard
Guns N' Roses song, that video I did, November the 16th. Guns N' Roses and the rainbow. So now I realize I have another fan, huge fan, who is Troy Black, another one of these false prophets that have been stealing my prophecies, stealing my words, and trying to spin a prophecy off of it. But understand, that's exactly why I've had to do my prophecies the way I do, because they all steal it. They all know they're false prophets, and they all know that my prophecies will come to pass. So they steal my words and spin the narrative in their own video, so that when something does occur, they can at least say, well, you see, we did mention something about a rainbow, and we did mention something about an ark. They all do exactly the same thing as one another. They steal my words, which is spoken against in Jeremiah 23, verse 30. So this is how you know that God is against them and that these are the false prophets, because they steal the words of another. So y'all be sure to recognize who these ones are. And if you know your scripture, they're easily identifiable, very easily identifiable. And they're very ungodly. These are people that the whole thing is nothing but about their own glorification and indemnification, because they all getting paid. They're all getting paid huge amounts of money on their channels. They got commercials running during them. They got the PayPal. They got multiple methods to pay them money, to get donations, what they like to call gifts and donations to them. So be sure to let people know who follow these ones, see that the ones that follow them don't realize that all they do is follow me and try to steal my words, and spin their own version so they can say, after something happens, after the fact, see, we said we did mention something about that, but God just didn't allow us to elaborate. It's the same thing they've all done. Hank Kunneman, Robin Bullock, they've all done that very thing. And now, come to find out, Troy Black is also. so that he can at least say, see, I did mention something about a rainbow, and see, I did mention something about an ark. So y'all be sure to stay in the Holy Bible so you too can recognize these false prophets. God bless.